Okay. I don't even know what this is at. The fact that we went to overtime was a blessing in disguise. So, fellas, real quick, how are we feeling after that tough-ass fucking annoying-ass game?
That hurt, boys. That was pretty painful. I feel beaten.
That was a kick right in the hope.
Yeah.
Right in the future hope.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, that Bears had every opportunity to take that one, and they didn't seize the opportunity. Watching that in overtime after a huge play by Allen Robinson to watch back-to-back drops. I mean, that hurt. That hurt. I don't really know what else to say right now. What are you guys feeling?
Yeah, I mean, those back-to-back drops in overtime were bad, but the whole game, it's a poorly coached team. I don't care what you think about Javon Wims standing up for his team or not. That was a stupid-ass fucking play, and you don't make that fucking play unless you're not a well-coached team. That was stupid as shit, and the Bears made a stupid fucking play, and Javon Wims deserves to be cut. I don't care. He does nothing for this team, and then he makes a fucking play like that, punches him twice out of nowhere, and then celebrates the fucking penalty like it's nothing in the second half. And people want to defend that shit. I don't care. He can poke eyes, whatever. If you're going to poke eyes, push him back. But you're not going to go up to him out of nowhere and punch him in the face twice. I really don't care. That's a poorly coached team, and that's a poorly coached player right there. And he deserved to be kicked off the team, make a statement. I don't really care. This season's over. But, Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
that was packing heat right there.
Yeah,
I'm fucking pissed, bro. That was an easy-ass fucking win. No Michael Thomas, no Emmanuel Sanders, no Callaway, who went off last game, and you still fucking lose to this team. This offense sucks. This fucking team sucks, and now we're out of the playoffs. Like, you're not making the playoffs. The team sucks. Honestly, I've never thought I'd say this. You're better off putting Trubisky in the fucking game, and you're not going to do that.
Yeah, dude.
So,
the sacks,
garbage.
The sacks on big downs is just like, come on, dude. At least throw it. I mean, now you're going to stop throwing 60-yard interceptions or throwing the ball away. You're just going to take a sack in overtime. Like, come on, man. Like, it's getting to a point now where it's like it's the same old shit, man. It's the same old shit. Last year,
and I think that's the frustrating part is like the Bears had every opportunity to win this game, and they didn't convert. And that Javon Wims play, I mean, it did suck, Austin. Like I can understand your frustration. It's just that's a play. Like your offense, you feel like you have something going here potentially, and you have a chance at a 3rd and 5 or whatever that was, 2nd and 5, and then
bro.
Inexcusable personal foul there, and it killed the Bears' offensive momentum. And we need all the momentum we can get on any specific drive, and the Bears offense didn't have it. I thought the Bears defense played a solid game, and it didn't work out for them today. It really sucks. Like that was a gut punch because like you had a really good chance to win and go 6-2 here, and they couldn't execute, and it hurts. I mean, it sucks, especially to steal a game from the Saints. This is a game that I know a lot of people, like myself, like I didn't feel very confident. I know, Austin, you picked the Bears to win before this, but I don't think this was a game that a lot of people thought the Bears would really have a chance. And here we are hanging around, and then you get a chance then in overtime after the defense forces an awesome stop, and you convert a huge 3rd down, like just an awesome play, and then 2 back-to-back drops. I mean, like, Javon Wims' play killed their momentum, but like that wasn't the defining play in this. Like there were so many plays that the Bears could have made, and they just flat out didn't make them. I mean, you go straight to overtime. Eddie Jackson had a chance at a pick, and he made a great play on the ball. That's still a great play by him, but I mean, a pick there gives the Bears offense a chance, and it. You don't feel very confident in the offense, but it gives them a chance. And, that ends up leading to a Will Lutz field goal. I mean, it just sucks. Like it's a game of what ifs for the Bears. They had every opportunity to win the game, and they couldn't get it done.
Even after
this for a second.
Yeah. Full thrown off his back foot all day. But even after Taysom Hill, a quarterback beats Tayshaun Gibson for a touchdown. To go up 2 scores, and then the Bears come all the way back. They even have a chance to score and win the game. 2 drops. It's terrible. This is a poorly coached team. You see from wins in the second half, you knew that this team was going to shit after that Wims play happened. He should be cut. He's done shit. It's time for Riley Ridley to step up and make his name here. But Wims should be cut. Celebrating after something like that is so unbelievably stupid. And now you have a team that has no offensive identity. The defense is frustrated, and now you're 5-3, and you're behind in the wild card chase after going 5-1. This is a very frustrating moment. But Ryan, go ahead. What do you got?
Okay, dude. Last drive, one of our last drives. Why isn't Matt Nagy running the ball first off, and then just letting time come off the clock, like wearing that Andy Reid disciple badge once again on his fucking shoulder, like.
And that's just not a one-time thing, too. Like, that's a reoccurring theme we've seen now. Because you even go back to the Rams last week, and I know they lost 24-10, but you saw on that last drive for the Rams game, you know, where they ended up turning it. I think Nick Foles ended up throwing a pick or whatever happened at the end, or he got sacked, I think, on 4th down to end it. But you watch that drive, and there's just no sense of urgency with the offense. And I think Troy Aikman was pointing out during the broadcast is that they don't look like they're hustling to the line. They don't look like they're playing fast. They look like they're very slow right now. And then it's just a comedy of errors at this point.
They look uninterested. They look as uninterested as fans are to watch the game right now.
And well, then it's like you combine all that with the helmet communications going out too. And it's just like, you know, like whatever's going on, you know, from coach to player on the field, like it's not working for the Bears right now. And it's really frustrating to watch just because there are so many plays in this game where they had opportunities to hit home and they couldn't convert. Yeah, and it's incredibly frustrating because say what you want about the Saints, they were an overtime away from starting 4-3, but that's one of the best coached teams in football. There's a reason that they're Super Bowl contenders year in and year out, and the Bears had a chance to beat them on the home field to make a statement, and that's a thing that good teams do. They come out and they make statement games and they win those kind of games. And with the offense that the Bears are currently putting out on the field, it's proven that I just don't think they're going to be able to get it done. I mean, the Bears defense is good enough to keep them competitive in every game they play. But, you know, at some point you're going to need your offense to step up. And, you know, they made some key plays to tie up the game. I mean, the one drive they had for a touchdown, they finally were throwing the ball deep. They made some big connections. And after that, it's just
yards,
yeah. And after that,
let's wait till the fucking fourth quarter to do that, though.
Hey, Montgomery had 66 yards in the first half, and they didn't go to him again. They went to him twice, I think, 2 or 3 times after the first half, and they didn't do shit. It's such a frustrating team to watch. The offense was doing so well; it looked like it was really meshing together, and then all of a sudden, the second half comes around, and you know the Bears get a touchdown, and Matt Nagy panics, and it's over, and the Bears are tied. You know, and here's the other thing too. I don't want to put it on one play, but that Javon Wims play, it's 2nd and 5 after that play, 2nd and 5, and instead Javon Wims punches this dude twice, gets ejected out of the game on an offense that is already struggling, and now it's 2nd and 20, and we don't even have a chance to get that, and then kick it. And, you have to convert again. It's so frustrating.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's not even like the offensive plays that happen after that, too. It's like you have that Javon Wims penalty that pushes you to 2nd and 20 or whatever, and then you give up the big punt return off the fact, and the Saints have a series that starts inside the 30.
And the false start coming out of the fourth quarter break. It's like we get coming out of the times where you should not have any problems. The Bears have the most problems, it seems like, out of any team in the whole league. Like, dude, we're 5-3 now. I feel like I've watched a little bit of the Jets, not much. We do not feel much more entertaining to watch than the New York Football Jets.
Like, and it's like the thing is like about the Bears is like I think with the Jets is like it's just really ugly. Like sometimes with the Bears, it feels like there's opportunities there, and they just flat out can't execute.
Which
for
is
whatever
worse.
Reason.
Dude,
it is because like it's almost like that blue balls effect where it's like you see it, you see the potential. I mean, you see the guys that they have at wideout. I mean, look at the production out of the wide receiver group today. Like Allen Robinson, 6 of 87, 1 touchdown. Anthony Miller finally had a game, 8 grabs, 73 yards. Darnell Mooney, 5 grabs, 69 yards and a touchdown. Like you see the potential there at the skill position. And, when your offensive line isn't performing or you don't have a quarterback that can hit them consistently like that, the fact is your offense is just not going to be very good. And that's just the nature of what the Bears have right now.
You know what helps me avoid getting blue balls, Blake, is Manscaped. And
very true.
Let's get right into it.
Autumn is in the air, and Manscaped is here to ensure you don't carve your pumpkins when you're grooming. By pumpkins, we mean your boys downstairs. Duh. In fact, Manscaped is on a mission to change the way you approach caring for your balls. My favorite thing, the new Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer uses the same skin-safe technology as their Lawnmower 3.0 when you're trimming those delicate nose hairs of yours. The Crop Reviver is a really popular item for me as well. All the formulations are vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, so you know your manhood is in good hands. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BearsBack. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code BearsBack. Make your balls a priority this fall. Now, getting back to this game.
I just want to say real quick, if you're shopping for any man in your life, husband, uncle, brother, anything, go to manscaped.com, BearsBack. You get 20% off and free shipping. You can get a pack of everything all in one, 20% off, free shipping. Go ahead and use that shit. It's fantastic. Go ahead and use it. Go back to the game. Manscaped.com, BearsBack, 20% free shipping. Go use it. Go ahead, Ryan.
So, can I ask a question for you guys now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bears fans are fuming in the chat.
We're probably not. I mean, making the playoffs at this point.
Yep.
Okay, the season. What the fuck does it mean anymore? Put Trubisky in just to see if, see if he plays well, because then maybe we have something going into the future. But, dude, I don't want to watch a fucking Nick Foles statue game again.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we've seen of Nick Foles is there's not a whole lot different going on with this offense, whether that's Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles. And I mean, at this point, you might as well just give him a try. There's nothing you can do in this. Like, I don't want to keep flip flopping on offense. Like, that's not good for an offensive team. And I think that's the thing. You have to talk to the guys and see who they're feeling and everything, and trust the guys that you have. But
can Foles just be the offensive coordinator, call plays instead of Nagy? Trubisky plays the quarterback. Listen, I think I might be onto something here. Oh.
The Bears are in fact who we thought they were.
Hey, I just want to say, I might on this week's podcast on coming out on Wednesday, I might have to apologize to Trubisky truthers, because I think Trubisky would have extended the drive, would have gotten the first down, and would have kept the drive moving. Nick Foles is not who we thought he was going to be coming in.
He's a con man. How has he gotten so much money for being such an average to under average statue?
Let's not forget, Robert Quinn is owed $14.7 million next year. This team is in hell right now.
Purgatory, dude. This is NFL purgatory.
Pace and Nagy deserve to be fired this year if the Bears don't make the playoffs. This is a team that deserves to go down. And Pace and Nagy, if seriously, if they're given another chance at the end of this year, it is a joke. We're just going to tank again. This is a team that's in such shit for picks and camp that Pace deserves to go. Nagy deserves to go. Clean house. This is just such a bad situation at this point. Blake, go ahead.
No, Austin, you're joining the dark side of the Force.
I'm so pissed, bro.
Good.
I'm so pissed.
Join the dark side of the Force.
Well,
Bears pessimism, man.
You're right. I fucking dropped an octave.
He did. He really.
I'm fucking pissed.
Austin's letting everybody know, man, and I feel the hurt in your voice right now, man, and I feel you.
How do you make no moves on the offensive line? No moves in anywhere except the punt game, which is cool, but you could fill the punt. Even if you don't fill the punt, cool. If you don't have an offensive line, you can't move the ball. A quarterback can't move the ball. The defense is fine. I don't even fucking understand. I'm spinning right now because I'm so fucking mad. I'm so mad.
The offensive line.
We were 5-1. We were 5-1.
Your anger.
God damn.
I hate these teases, man. I hate the Chicago Bears teases. Is it just me, or did the line look better after Bobby Massey got hurt?
I didn't think Sam Mustipher was that bad.
Spriggs looked good for a little bit, and then he looked like shit.
Moving guard. There you
go.
Shitbag clown face. Rashad Coward. Moving him out to right tackle was I feel like he was way better at right tackle just because the interior, the protection of the interior is so important. Because if you don't have that, you can't step up in the pocket. And Nick Foles has shown us he's not going to run to the edges. He's not going to run for the first down because he can't. He looks slower than Peyton Manning.
If you don't have an offensive line at this point, you have to put Trubisky back in the game. I'm sorry. I was a Trubisky hater since the Saints game last year. Saints game hits this year. Now I'm in on Trubisky. Put him back in the fucking game if you want to make the playoffs at this point. I mean, for real, the offensive line sucks, but at least he can make moves with his legs. Nick Foles Nick Foles has 0 yards rushing. So at this point, put in Trubisky.
At least give him the experience.
Montgomery. Yeah, for real. I mean, if he doesn't work out, then trade him. At least it doesn't work. But at this point, the season is going downhill. Put Trubisky back in the game. See what he can do. If he sucks, then you could.
Who cares? We're not going to make the playoffs anyway.
Then fucking go get Zach Wilson. But at this point, we suck. So do something. Do something, please. Please. We've gotten Dwayne Harris, which is great, but that's not going to do shit. I'm so mad, bro. We had such a good team. God. We had such a good team. Fuck. I'm so mad. God.
Edgar, God. I feel you. Edgar, trade for Magic Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick or Foles?
Neither, dude. Neither.
Oh, you're tripping. Fitzmagic, baby.
No.
I'll take Fitzmagic. Hey, I would take some at least Fitzmagic's picks come just slanging that rock down the field.
Bro, give me Gardner Minshew over Fitzpatrick. Give me Gardner Minshew over any quarterback that's going to be available for trade. Are we even going to be high enough? Like, our defense is good enough to win us some games moving forward. Are we even going to be fucking good enough to get a decent quarterback in the draft?
Not without trading a bunch of draft capital.
We are exactly, and we are stuck in hell, dude. Like, this is why did I let my dad talk me into being a Bears fan, dude? I should have really focused on the saxophone in my life at this point. Like,
I love this. I feel like you guys are finally like down on my level. Like, I've just been waiting for you guys to join the dark side.
You're like,
and
Bane.
Here I am, like, good. I can feel your anger coursing through your veins. Join the dark side.
Dude, hey, now the good thing about this is it's almost our season can get fun at this point, boys. We stop having expectations, and we just can find every talking point to talk shit on the Bears and just raise hell like Seattle fans did about Pete Carroll and his play calling. Like, they made a real difference. Let's fucking make a stink. Let's make a fucking movement to bring Lovey back, dude. Get Lovey back on the sideline. I want to see his beard.
He's not too far. He's just down the road.
I know, dude. Get him to come to the Bears on Sundays. Saturdays he's in Champaign. Sundays he's in Chicago. Like, come on, let's.
Yeah, it's just like I feel the Bears fans. Like, it's so frustrating being a Bears fan, and like, you just want your offense to be competent one time, and we keep doing this same rodeo year in and year out. Like, Ryan, you posted your graph. Like, 2013, is that the only time they've had over league average?
2013 and 2018, but both years had a severe drop off the year after, and it's crazy, man. It is.
Well, it's like, as frustrating as this is, like, I don't think Nagy and Pace are going anywhere. So I think that's something we got to get ready for.
Bro, I don't know.
I think the only way that they can, I mean, unless they really, the bottom falls out here and then they lose out, but I don't think that's the case. Like, I picked 8-8 before the season, and I think that's looking kind of realistic here. I mean, you got 2 games against the Vikings, you got another game against the Lions, the Jags, Texans, and none of those are like, the Bears are not a team that has a gimme game. They could lose any given week, they could win any given week just because their defense is so good and keeps them in ball games. But at the same time, when you're going to keep trotting out this same offense to the same tune every single week, that's the thing. Like I said, they have a chance to win every game, they have a chance to lose every game, and that's an 8-8 football team right there, and that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I know that, like, they could easily exceed that because 3 wins. There's a lot, like, there's games they can win on the schedule, but at the same time, like, right now, it's not looking pretty, and I don't think Mitch Trubisky's going to change that. Like, let's be real here. Like, Nick Foles isn't very good, but the product with Mitch Trubisky out there was exactly the same. So the Bears are in a tough spot. They're at a crossroads right here in this offseason where they can either try and make a play for a quarterback, or they can, try and trot the same thing out there. But the thing is, with the way this team's performing, they're going to be out of position with those top prospects in the draft, and they're going to have to make a trade up or make something happen, and that's unfortunate because, like, this team just really feels like it's a few pieces away, and they can go ahead and spend that money on the offensive line in the offseason. But at the same time, like Austin said, like, this is a team that doesn't have a lot of cap space, and they're going to have to move some money around to make things happen.
Yeah, I'm watching Brett Coleman put out tweets such as imagine Zach Wilson, BYU quarterback, dropping dimes to Allen Robinson, Mooney, or Miller. I guarantee you any of those dudes would actually catch it.
Oh, hey, good point. Hey, I have a question for you again. Do we think that Allen Robinson even wants a fucking contract extension with the Bears? Like, looking on him on the sidelines, I want him to go somewhere else. I want him to go somewhere else and flourish. I want Mitch to go somewhere else.
I love you, Allen Robinson. Please go flourish somewhere else, not here.
And you could see his frustration boil over today because he's a guy that's out there. He's consistently playing good football for him, and the Bears just can't reciprocate that. And he had an awesome game today. I mean, he didn't really get the ball after that touchdown until like the last few drives there, and that's a coaching thing. You got to scheme him the football at that point.
Nagy is like, he gets in his head. He's like, okay, a play worked to this person. That means that they're going to think that this person is getting the ball. So I need to move it over here to this person and let this person run behind the line and act like he's going to get. And dude, it feels like he's so stuck in the weeds that he can't see anything. Yeah. And it's the same thing as last year. The run game sucked last year. So he got stuck in a rut of, we have to run the ball. We have to run the ball. When it comes to the situation where, hey, you probably need to fucking pass the ball and move the ball down the field. We're down 10 points. And there's like 3 minutes left in the ball game. Like, get your head out of your ass and coach football. You apparently do this for a living. You played quarterback for so long. How are you so bad at calling plays? How are you so bad at noticing what's going on? Like, what are you doing? What's on his play sheet? Is he just fucking like connecting the dots? Oh yeah, you're muted.
Austin's mic is out.
We're good. All right, here we go. With the Titans coming up next week, is there any hope that the Bears can win that game, get to 6-3, and somehow make the playoffs? Do you guys see the Bears at all making the playoffs this year?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, just so I can save myself from ever being hurt for the rest of the season. Bears aren't making the playoffs. We're not doing shit. I'm not having any more expectations. We can talk. I'll talk to you about stats all day, but I'm not having any more hope this year for the Bears. It is run out today. I always have false hope on Sundays because I want to bring energy for people watching. I want to be funny. I want to be a homer. I want to predict the Bears to go 643-6, but it's just gone. It's just
again, no Michael Thomas, no Emmanuel Sanders, no Callaway. They had two people that they really had to zone in on, Jared Cook and Alvin Kamara, and they couldn't even stop that offense. They couldn't even win. I mean, 26 points. I just the touchdown at the end of the half screwed them, first of all. And then going into, they had a chance in overtime. They couldn't even move the ball. They got one first down because of, I think, of a penalty. And then they got lucky because of forward progress of Cole Kmet, who loved bear weather. And then he fumbled and got lucky that it wasn't baby. Oh my God. It's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like
you can get everybody you want. You can bring in every positional player that you want. It doesn't matter. We don't have a quarterback or an offensive line. This is just going downhill.
Who cursed the Bears? Who cursed the Bears? Did it go?
I'll tell you who cursed the Bears.
Bears.
No, I'll tell you who cursed the Bears. After Sid Luckman, I don't even know. Jay Cutler was the decent quarterback from there. We have a Sid Luckman curse right now. I'm telling you, we have a Sid Luckman curse. Until we get a decent quarterback again, we have a Sid Luckman curse. It's that far away, bro. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, what even do you really say at this point? It feels nice to vent, but do things change? Fucking Virginia McCaskey's up in the booth I remember when you only needed a defense to win a game. And it's fucking 2020, Grandma. Wake up, sell the team, do something. We need a change in philosophy. This is a systematic problem. This is not that. Raul was right, man. He said it starts at Ryan Pace, and it goes up higher than fucking Ryan Pace. It goes to Ted Phillips. It goes, I don't even fucking know, man. What do we do? What do we do? We drink, we forget, we get excited, we get hurt, we drink, we forget. It's y'all know the Baker Mayfield cycle where he plays like shit against good teams, and then he has an underdog mentality, and then he calls out his denouncers, and then plays really good against a shit team, and then starts talking shit, and then he plays like shit against good teams again, and it goes around in a circle. The Bears are just one flat circle that says pain and nothing else. Sometimes we come out of that dimension and we get a defensive touchdown, but other than that.
Oh, here we go. I got news, boys. Bears head coach Matt Nagy. So much stuff that has to be better. Thank you, Matt. Very great.
Matt Nagy, breaking news. Offense
here we go.
Has to be
More Matt Nagy referred to the Javon Wims getting himself ejected as irresponsible and selfish. Cut his ass. Cut his ass, bro. And anybody who disagrees, he deserves to be cut, or he deserves to not be inactive. He deserves to be inactive for the rest of the season. That was terrible.
How long do you think, or how much? What's the percentage that season tickets raise this year? What do we think?
I don't even know.
100%. They raise it every year, no matter what the finish, whatever they do.
Exactly.
They could go in 16. But yeah, I think with Javon Wims too is he's not a guy where his spot is safe to be doing something like that. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll find out in the coming days whether he is going to be cut or not, but I'm sure there's going to be some sort of repercussions for what he did, whether that's being inactive, whether that's being cut. But, I'm glad to see Matt Nagy acknowledge it, because that was not the right thing to do. And, I guess maybe we'll find out the reason for why he decided to do that. But like the thing about the play that was so frustrating is that he looked like the ball was snapped and he set out to do that. You know what I mean? And I saw people pointing out that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was one of the guys that taunted Tariq Cohen in the Bears game against the Saints last year. And if that's the reason for going out and doing something like that, that's something that you do in like the first quarter, but like that's a key situation. And I think that's why it's so frustrating, is because the Bears were tied at that point in time. Before half, they were up 13-3. You give up a touchdown to end the first half, and that's incredibly frustrating because, there's 45 to 50 seconds left. Like, you don't expect to give up a game, like a touchdown drive in that situation. And that's what the Bears did. So like the thing is, you're coming off that, you're coming off a Saints field goal. And then on the next series, the second play or whatever, you commit a bonehead penalty like that. Like it was just, I want to say that there's a time and a place in it for that. There's really not, because that's a 15-yard penalty, like it's one thing if your quarterback gets drilled like Andy Dalton did against the Redskins and your offensive line comes to the defense. But, there was just nothing that really, happened before that. There's
no reason to do that.
You know what I mean? And I think that's why it's so frustrating.
And Matt Nagy also just said that, we either come together and fight together or we fight against each other. So he is even feeling the locker room starting to lose itself.
I don't know if that's what he necessarily means about that. I think he's just trying to, he's just making a statement about his team. Cause like, he knows it's a tough loss. He knows that people there are going to be frustrated about it. And I think he's like, his goal in saying something like that is just to kind of keep the team together and say what we want about Matt Nagy. He's a play caller, as an offensive schemer, but that's something that he's done really well with. Last year was really tough, kept the team together. And people might not want to hear this right now, but Matt Nagy has done a really good job in that role of being a culture guy, of keeping that team together.
So is it time for him to give up play calling then in that situation?
Yes. I think that's something that they had, like it has to be something, you got to give somebody an opportunity here, because something's not working. You've tried a quarterback switch. You've tried to reshuffle the offensive line, you're trying different things and nothing is still working. So like there's something that has to be different here. And that's one of their last options that they really need to exhaust. So I could see that change coming this week.
Bro, this is the type of thing that, like, when I first started college, I quit watching football for a while because I think mostly it came from the Chris Conte, like, just ripping my heart out of my chest and throwing it into the nearest river. But like, this is the same type of shit that just made me not want to watch football, man. Like, every week you get so emotionally invested. And every week it seems like with this team, we just kind of fall flat. I mean, it feels like we're just walking in a circle in this whole podcast where we're all fucking upset, man. Like, it doesn't even matter what needs to be done right now, because it's so disheartening to get halfway through a season and realize, this is probably over. But can we just for a second, can we just like, let's just pretend for a second, okay? Anything can happen in the NFL on any given Sunday. That's what people like to say, right? We saw the Packers lose today to a 1-5 Vikings team. Like, there is some small chance out there in the ether, in one of the alternate realities, that the Bears make the playoffs
and they win the division.
Yeah, but I want us to remember this in the case that happens. We need to remember this and take like, I will take full responsibility for talking an enormous amount of shit if we make it there, and I will be excited. Yeah. But there's nothing to do. There's nothing positive to say right now with this team. Like,
it's very.
I got one positive.
Oh,
Dwayne Harris, baby,
and Cairo Santos.
Cairo Santos.
And Cairo Santos. Let's talk positives. Look at that. We got some special teams.
And we have the podcast coming out on Wednesday, which is going to be a lot positive. And we have a Bears analyst who's going to share his thoughts with us. So positives from the Bears and the Lakeshore Live podcast.
So and from Blake. Blake is the positive
and
one.
Blake, yes.
I know. Like, see, like my heart has been broken so many times by this team that I just, like, I tell you, I just wait for this to happen, because it's like clockwork, baby. Like, this happens all the time. This is a year in, year out thing. Even 2018, the Bears go 12-4 and make the playoffs, and they lose in heartbreaking fashion on the double doink. Like, this is clockwork for Bears fans. Like, we're seasoned veterans of the game. You know what I mean? Like, we eat this shit on the chin here, and we try and bounce back, and it may not be pretty the rest of the way. The Bears might not make the playoffs. They might make the playoffs. They are not winning a Super Bowl, But at the same time, like this is what the Bears are. This Bears team has a very good defense. The offense is not there, and it's not just
For
one
20
issue.
years.
It's
isn't new. This is a 20-year identity.
And it's never one issue. Like you can point to the quarterback for all their years. I mean, you go back to 2006, yeah, maybe it was a quarterback because that team was very good, pretty much at every position except that. But you look at the history of the Bears, and that's just the nature of what this franchise is. And until you have a quarterback that can do it week in and week out, that's what it's going to be probably.
O-line, coaching, quarterback, it's the whole 9 yards. All right, Ryan, before we close this show, how's Staley doing? And then we'll let this go.
I really haven't checked today.
Staley's parlay lost, but I'm glad it lost to a Packers loss, so I'll take that.
And we almost had the Manscaped Big Balls parlay was so close.
We almost
had it. If the 49ers would have won, the Big Balls parlay would have paid out a good amount of money, but we lost that today. Let me pull up Staley's picks. Atlanta hit, Bills hit, Raiders hit, Chiefs hit, Miami hit, Chargers lost, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Saints hit, Niners lost, so we're 6 out of Ravens lost. So that's 12 games. We're 6-6.
And who do we have tonight and tomorrow?
We have the Eagles in Dallas tonight, and then the Bucks and the Giants tomorrow night. Okay. So tomorrow's
and we're 11th right now out of 470.
Dude, yeah. After Thursday, Staley was 11th. So
all right, Staley. Cool. All right, so positives. We lost the Staley. Well, negatives. We lost the Staley parlay. We lost the Manscaped Big Balls parlay. But Staley is rolling, and we're going to be back next week and get a dub. 2 straight Staley Sunday parlays win, but we lost this week, but we'll have more dubs in the future.
Staley is where our hope is going to come from.
And the Bears are 5-3. The season's not over. However, things have to change if the Bears want to move out.
I just heard a whole 30-minute show of talking about how the season's over.
Yeah,
bro,
well, I'm just fucking
I think – look,
final thoughts in this show, man. I love this.
Final thoughts before we close it out.
I was late getting here. We all started here together, but I was late getting to the stream because I had to take the trash out because I could only have one bag of trash in this apartment, and the game was still on. They were still showing the very last parts of it, and I couldn't allow that to be in my apartment. Bad game, boys. Like, bad game. This is 2019 all over again. This is 2019 in a different shade of shit, and it doesn't sting any less. I gotta say, even though we really didn't have Super Bowl hopes, we kind of just had like maybe we'll be better hopes.
I just want to mention 6 out of 181 votes, 69% of you voted that Javon Wims should be cut from
very
this team.
Nice.
Just want to let you all know. Very nice. But all right, Staley 6-6. We got Eagles tonight, Bucks tomorrow. Finish the week 8-6. I'm obviously a few beers deep and a few shots deep, but I'm just very upset as a Bears fan. I haven't been this upset since earlier last year. This was the team
last week.
No, I mean not even last week. This is a team that was destined for the playoffs. This is a game that you had. I mean, I'm not even mad that they didn't win. I'm mad that they blew the game. I mean,
mad that they lost the way that they lost.
Yes, like you tie the game, you make a stop, and then you have a chance to win, and you don't even get in the Saints side of the field. It's so frustrating. Cairo Santos, I love you. I'm so sorry that you're on our team right now. Allen Robinson, I'm so sorry. But there's still hope. I mean, I'm gonna shit talk this team, and I hope I eat crow, but we're 5-3. There's still hope. We're having
I want some nice
Titans just
marinated
lost to the
crow.
Bengals.
Tingles.
Titans just lost to the Bengals last week. So if the Bears can somehow magically stop the run, they have a chance against the Titans. So we'll see what happens. But until then, guys, you already know what it is. Audio podcast is coming out on Wednesday. We're going to give more reactions. We're going to give our full audio podcast, new guests. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then, of course, on Sunday, the Titans game, we're going to be live 10 a.m. Central and then post-game shows as always. So until then, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's very frustrating, but we're here with you. We're ranting. I'm ranting. My voice is almost lost. There's still hope, but it's very
dwindling.
It's dwindling, as Blake says.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Thanks for stopping by, ranting with us. We had a lot of people here tonight, so thank you guys. We appreciate you. Check out Manscaped. If you guys doing holiday shopping, Manscaped, Bears back, 20% off and free shipping. We'll help you guys save some money. We appreciate you guys as always. We love you guys, and we'll catch you guys on Wednesday. So go Bears, bear down. Have a great week.
Bears.